This one mistake nearly cost my seller thousands of dollars, and I don't want you to make the same mistake. Let's talk about for sale by owners. So I was on the phone with a for sale by owner a couple months ago, and I often call for sale by owners because they are a great source of untapped inventory in this low inventory situation we've got in the housing market right now. They're a great place to find homes for buyers that I'm working with. So we're on the phone, and I discover that they have listed their home for sale by owner because they need to make a certain amount from the sale of their home in order to move to a new state and purchase in that state. And so I said to them, what is that number? And they told me. And I realized that they thought they were going to be able to list their home for sale by owner and forego the expense of the commission to a real estate agent because they thought they were going to make more money that way. And most often, that is not the case. In fact, the National Association of Realtors says that you're going to sell your home for 17% less when you try to sell it yourself. A real estate agent can sell that home for 17% more than you can. And why is that? A lot of reasons, mainly because of exposure to the market. It really does take marketing dollars to sell a home. So they're thinking they're going to sell their home for $209,000. It's a small 2-bedroom, 1-bath home. They're thinking they're going to sell it for $209,000, and they'll be able to walk away with nearly that amount after the sale is done. But they had it on the market for a period of time, and they had to drop the price because they weren't getting any interest at all. So during the course of the conversation, I found out they also potentially had a buyer. That buyer was someone who lived down the street. It wasn't an actual offer on paper. It was a verbal offer, and they hadn't even heard from this person in a couple of days. So I said, what's the offer amount? And he told me. And before he told me that amount, I told him, you're only going to get offers typically 6% less than what you're listing that home for. And it's because you're trying to sell wholesale in a retail environment. You're trying to sell the home essentially without the marketing dollars built into that sale. And so I explained to him, you're going to get offers at least 6% less. And I said, what's the offer you've got on the table right now? The verbal offer. And he said, $197,000, I think was the offer. And I said, well, that's about 7% less than what you're listing the home for now. And he said, wow, okay. I said, hey, you want to sit down and just go through my marketing? It doesn't cost you anything to do that. Give me 15 minutes of your time. So we sat down and went through the marketing. I showed them through comps that their house was worth more than what they had it listed for. So we listed it at $214, and we are now under contract for $220,000. And it's an as-is sale, and they're not putting any money forward to sell that home. And they're able to walk away with, get this, 22% more because they listed it with an agent. So don't make that mistake of thinking you're going to sell wholesale in a retail environment and walk away with more, because it's a trap. So that's one of the dangers that you run into when you try to sell a home yourself and take on that task. If you found yourself in a similar situation and you'd like some more information, please subscribe.